It's the diva of dish. Not you, hon. Here at the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival, if I sneak and slurp this decadent bowl of Canadian Cheddar Cheese Soup, do the calories count? Let's take a peek in the kitchen and see how Chef Brian Piasecki creates this bodacious bowl of bliss.
Hi, I'm Brian Piasecki, Chef, Walt Disney World Resort. And today we're going to prepare a fabulous Canadian Cheddar Cheese Soup. This is a classic Canadian soup that combines white aged cheddar and applewood smoked bacon. So the first thing we want to do to get started is get your pan nice and hot, and we're going to go ahead and add our bacon. Want to go ahead and render down this bacon a little bit. Want to get all that fat out of there. And to that, we're going to go ahead and add our butter. So as your butter is all melted, we're going to use all that butter and bacon fat to saute. We're going to add our celery and our onion. You want to bring out all the flavor out of this product just until about the onions are translucent. And when those are done, we're going to dust this mixture with our flour. Now what this is going to do is form what's called a roux. Roux is a combination of fat and flour, and it forms a paste that becomes a thickening agent. So you can see how this is really starting to thicken and tighten up here. You want to cook this for just a few minutes. Make sure all of the flour is incorporated. And then to that, we add our chicken stock. Now you can also use a low-fat chicken broth, a homemade chicken stock, a low-sodium chicken stock would be okay. And as we slowly bring that to a simmer, you're going to immediately start to see it begin to thicken. Once it has no more lumps of the vegetables and bacon, we're going to go ahead and pour in our milk. Now I'm using whole milk, and that's really going to give you the best result. You can use a skim milk, but it's really not going to help hold that cheese together in that soup, and it's going to pull from some of the richness of the dish. So you get all your milk incorporated. You want to turn your heat up just a little bit. And it's really going to start to get that nice, creamy cheese sauce consistency. When it gets to that point, we're going to go ahead and add the cheese. Now you want to do this real slow, and you want to mix it in a little bit at a time. You don't want it to be grainy, so you have to be very careful about your heat. Low and slow. Incorporate this cheese very slow. Wait for some of it to melt in. Add the rest in. Now as this begins to thicken, with the cheese melting in there, it's going to get this really rich, creamy, velvety consistency. Once all the cheese is melted, we're going to go ahead and add a little salt and pepper. You want to be really careful with your salt because you've got all that bacon in there and you've got your cheese in there, so you don't want to over salt it. You can always add more in, but you really can't take it out. And at the very end, as it thickens up, we're going to add the Tabasco sauce and the Worcestershire, and then finish it with a little bit of the warm beer. Now this beer is really going to add to that bacon, smoky, rich flavor. And you can leave this sit out and just simmer away. And just as you serve the soup, garnish with some finely chopped chives and smoked bacon. And that's how easy it is to make this fabulous Canadian Cheddar Cheese Soup. I'm Chef Brian, and that's what's cooking at Walt Disney World Resort.